1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out there in Mandolin land, Mike Heading here, coming to you today with an intermediate level version of Worried Man Blues, the classic jam tune in the key of G. I did a beginner version of this in the past that taught a very basic version of the melody, but we're going to look at spicing it up, adding some more bluegrass double stops, adding some more slides, adding some more harmonies, and then we're going to add a second solo that goes up the neck and learns the solo in another octave. Really great way to learn the fretboard. It's also great if you're in a jam session with multiple mandolin players. If someone before you takes a sweet down the neck solo, now you've got a cool up the neck solo in response, right? So I'll break down both the solos note for note just as I played at the beginning of the video, show you all my tips and tricks, and then we'll get into some more advanced backup, how to add seventh chords for G, C, and D, a bunch of different spots. You can do that on the neck. We'll break that down in the backup. All right, let's get into the intermediate version of Worried Man Blues in the key of G. All right, let's start breaking down this intermediate version to Worried Man Blues in the key of G. Let's take it phrase by phrase. So let's play the first 5 measures. That'll kind of be like the opening phrase of the melody. Here we go. Let's start breaking it down. A few times. I'll do it really slow. And a little faster. Okay, so for this lesson, since it's an intermediate lesson, we're going to work on adding some harmony to the melody line and spicing it up. So let's start with our pickup. We're going to actually play on beat 1, and we're going to do a quick 1 to 2 slide on the A string. So sliding into that B note, our third of the chord. We're in the key of G, remember. G is our root note, B is our third note, D is our fifth note. Those are kind of the chord tones of G, G, B, D. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide into that third, kind of add a little bit of a blues, remember Worried Man Blues, and then we're going to go up to the 5th fret, and then do 2 open on the A string, and then 5, 2 on the D. We actually want to get down to this open D string as our melody. We're just starting from higher. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and 4, and down, 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 up with your pick. And then for measure 2, let's play the next line and then we'll put it together. We have open D string, which is our melody, and then we're going to do a 4-7 slide on the G string, which is, hopefully if your mandolin's in tune, we're just sliding up to where that G string is now the same as that D note, the 7th fret, just to fill it up. So we're very kind of like a fiddle way to, or a banjo way to spice up a melody. We're sliding into that note to fill up the sound. So we're going, and then open 2 at the end. So we're going 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. I'm just looping measure 2. Let's put 2 or 1 and 2 together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to get up to this 5th fret on the D string. We're going to play 5th fret down, and then down ups, and then 5th fret, and then open A. So we have 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. And then what we're going to do is instead of sliding, or instead of playing the B note here now, you know, something like that, like the basic melody would be, something like that, right? What we're going to do is we're going to find this note now on the D string at the 9th fret, which now allows us to play another note on the A string and add harmony. So what we're going to do is we use this open A string right here. Now slide your ring finger up to 9 and put your first finger on 5. So you have 9 on the D string, 5 on the A string. And we're going to do down, up, picking. We're going to go down, up, down, and then take your ring finger off and put the 7th fret on the D string and play those 2 notes. And then we're going to go down to this 5th fret. Basically what we're doing is doing this line like that, but we're sliding up, kind of popping it out too. You can basically just take this shape that you were in, so we're going in measure 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... Adding that little slide will help smooth it out. It's almost easier to do it a little faster. And if you don't get it perfectly, just kind of correct it. You can adjust a little bit once you get up there. And then we're going to grab this 5th fret here with our first finger and play down, down, up, down. And then we're going to use the open D string to get back down into a C chord. So we have... And then move your hand back down. So let's practice that a few more times, a little faster. We'll do 3 through 5. Also totally fine to look down at your mandolin and practice that shape, but basically doing that little move, we're going 2 to 5, and then you can move that up to 7 and 3, and then 9 and 5. That little harmonized scale right there is really good for classic bluegrass. Like you can slide up, something like that. The only difference here is we're just grabbing a slightly different harmony here, and then down. Now into measure 6, next phrase, go into a 2-finger C chord and play down ups. So down, up, down, 1 and 2 and 3. And then quick move your middle finger to the 4th fret of the D string. And then quick move your middle finger back to that 3rd fret on the A string and go into this double stop 3 and 5 and do. So you're basically in this 2-finger C chord in measure 6, you go. Quick move your finger here, move it back, and go into this C. And I kind of put my first finger back down. So now I'm playing this C shape here where you either add your ring finger or you take it off. And then I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then we're going to play a little Bill Monroe syncopated rhythm. Go back to that 5th fret, keep your middle finger down and play down, up, down, down. So we're going to go, and then back to that 2nd fret. So it's not too hard. Let's put those 3 measures together. It's 6 through 8. We're going to go. And then back to open, D. And then open, 2, open, and then 5, 2. Pretty easy. That's just going to start the next melody. So we have, let's do 6 through 9 now. We have. That. Measure 8's a good one to practice. We're going 1 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Notice how we're doing the double upstroke. We're going 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Very Bill Monroe style rhythm. He would use that rhythm a lot. It's very syncopated. You could also accidentally hit the G string too if you wanted, the open G. Like if you really wanted to fill it up. You can kind of get a little bit aggressive with that part of the song. The other thing I didn't mention is any of these 5th frets on the D string, you could also use the low octave G. So for example, like measure 3, you could go, if you wanted to fill that up a little bit with that octave G, which is kind of nice. Something like measure 2 and 3 could sound like this. Right, right there. I might hit that big octave. You hear that? You know. Those little things just to fill up the sound. I like to fill up the sound. One thing my mandolin teacher told me is that you always want your solo to stand by itself. If there was no other instruments playing, you need enough going on in your solo to keep it exciting.